We're at the Weymouth Pavilion doing Bankfest. I think this is the second time it's happened.
There's some people doing some talks.
Authors and people who just use writing in their career.
Helping us kind of discover what we're going to do and find our interests.
It sits inside the charity, the Bank of Dreams and Nightmares and their work. There's a whole range of different writers that come together, 200 young people, get to listen to them and then more importantly get to work with them, write with them in the afternoon. It's an opportunity to bring young people in front of people who earn their living with words. Day one, we kicked off with film, comedy, TV. James Serafenovich has been writing in comedy for a really long time, and he's part of a group of writers that a lot of the young people have heard of.
You have an idea, as long as you've got access to pen and paper, then you've got exactly the same chances as anyone else in the world.
He's playing his sketches and talking about, basically how you make things funny and the pressure of that.
Eddie's going to come up on stage. Eddie's from Colfox.
My favourite bit's been getting to interview James about what he does in his industry, because he's really passionate about what he does, and I think that's quite cool.
Then we went into Chloe Neal, who works for BBH, which is probably the biggest advertising agency in the UK.
We had one day to shoot 15 adverts, which is actually ridiculous.
It just kind of inspired me because she seems like she knows what she's doing and she likes what she's doing and she's really good at her job.
And then we finished the day with Ali Plumb, who is the movie critic for Radio 1.
It was great to meet a whole bunch of teenagers who were into movies and excited to talk about them and to engage with young people who may not realise that there are jobs out there in the creative industry that they're not even aware of.
I wasn't on it originally, but I asked to do the film course. It was just the way he sort of spoke about it and it just really interests me.
I'm doing the advertising stuff.
It was really cool because I've seen actually a lot of the adverts she's done, and that was really interesting.
Hearing all the stuff that James Serafenovich said connected with me quite a lot. Hearing him talk was, honestly, quite a treat to me.
Day two, we started with the fantastic Emil Nur. He's a sports journalist and he works on football and F1.
I basically spoke about my journey so far in sports and the sports media. Absolutely loved it. It was great to speak to all the young people that came out.
Well, I interviewed Emil Nur, which was a bit nerve-wracking because I only had one day to prepare. And yeah, I thought that was really insightful and, might have impact on what I do in the future.
We then had Gabriel Weston. She's a surgeon.
I was thrilled to be invited here to talk about my latest book, Alive, which is my attempt to rewrite the anatomy that I was taught at medical school into something a bit more rebellious and feminist and spicy.
I think she's a really great author.
Her way of looking at the body is I think it's quite groundbreaking.
The kinds of questions you get from young people are just always unexpected and always really, really challenging. And I really had that here today and it's just been a thrill for me.
Big round of applause to Gabriel Weston. We had the fantastic Kate Fanthorpe. Now, Kate Fanthorpe is a senior games narrative writer.
Storytelling for games, you have to understand from quite an early point that you're not really in control of the story.
I'm going to be on the stage next with the game narrative one, and I'm feeling a bit nervous.
On a day-to-day basis, what do you actually do? Great question.
It's an industry that is growing. It's an industry where people who are good with words can actually have a living, a really good living, from doing gaming.
My favourite one has been the sports side of things, which is what I'm interested in, and I'm about to have a workshop on it, which I'm quite excited for.
It was getting them to basically just start thinking about what personal experiences they have or they've gone through that can allow them to produce unique stories that only they can tell, because everyone has got their own unique story, unique voice.
I wanted to do game narrative because I find it interesting. I'm also good in art and concept designing and things like that.
It was really interesting to hear about, how it's done, what it's like being in that kind of industry. Today's been really inspiring though, hasn't it?
Yeah, definitely, yeah. I've enjoyed today a lot.
Day three was quite an explosive beginning. We had Alicia Reed and Harry Vincent, two young people who are using their words to create power for those who don't have as much.
This morning I was talking with Lissy about how politics is all about words and how essentially using your voice as a young person is really, really important.
We cannot complain that stuff isn't changing, that things don't work for us as young people if we don't go out and vote.
I think it was really great to just kind of put it in their minds that, people from law and people in politics come from all walks of life.
Second, we moved into more what you might expect from a festival, normally with Rebecca Watson, who's a novelist. But there's nothing of what you might expect from Rebecca Watson's work.
Because I'm writing from inside someone's head. I'm really thinking about how they think and how they see things.
I spoke to all the students today about my background to become a writer, what the process behind writing is, the sort of editing process, how to meet people and talk about my work and sort of get access to the opportunities that you need to be able to become published.
We finished the festival in fantastic style with Katy J Pearson. Katy is a singer-songwriter. She's been on Jules Holland. She played Glastonbury this summer, and she was able to talk about what it is to tell stories through song.
For me, it's such an impulsive thing. Suddenly I think, oh, I'm writing something I think is good, so I need to ensure I have my voice note thing near.
The workshop this afternoon was all about speech writing and getting them to kind of pick a value or a belief or an idea that they really believed in.
We did a witness statement exercise and an impact statement exercise.
We did some sort of feedback. They read some of their work to me, which was like really cool to hear, to sort of see how they'd reacted to some stuff that I'd set them.
The whole festival, one of the last things with the workshops was watching young people genuinely come up with a brand new song and record it with a real bona fide recording artist.
If you have an idea of what you want to do in the future, or you have no idea what you want to do in the future, I think it's really interesting to see a bunch of different career paths and a bunch of different ways people get into their jobs.
You can do something that maybe you're not like 100% into, but then stumble across something that you're like, yeah, this is me.
It did feel like there's more of an impetus now to, I think, genuinely try and bring hope to young people who perhaps feel their particular skills, their particular interests is out of step with how they can create a life.
This feels like a totally different insight into like what it means to have a career, the decisions that you can make after school, after education.
What I've found really inspiring is hearing how common it is for people who end up in careers like ours to have had a path in that was unexpected or maybe a bit tricky.
When I was in school, for instance, I never had something like this where you could actually come and speak to people who are actually in the industry and in the working world.
Charities like the Bank of Dreams and Nightmares fill a space that no one else is filling, and they're really essential parts of social mobility, of showing young people what is out there and what they can do.
I think Bankfest should come to more places. I think it should be available to everyone.
1, 2, 3, 4. I just do like it twice, round. Also sing along if you want, guys. Everyone around you is to blame. Am I playing in time? Yeah.